Hello, welcome everybody. This is Mr. Usher, and I'm here for your week 4 summary. We'll start in the Google Classroom, and I'm just going to go ahead and click onto our calendar. Our calendar is going to kind of show our progress. We started right here in the first week. We did Docs, Drive, and the Guidance Project. Transitioned on to finishing up Docs Part 2, the Letter Project, and learned a little bit about Google Meet, video conferencing. Last week, we completed a unit on Google Calendar and jumped into Sheets Part 1 and Part 2. There was only a shared link due for the Google Calendar, and you just needed to check your progress on the starter project from Sheets Part 1 and 2. So this week, we're going to be moving on into the career project and Sheets Part 3. And you can see that every other week that there was 3 kind of units. This week, there's only 2. The sheets, I want you guys to really spend time. It'll be probably the more advanced or most advanced unit that you guys have worked on thus far. Docs was probably easier for you guys, and the other stuff was just kind of teaching you kind of some tips and tricks from some of other Google tools that you should be pretty familiar with using. The career project is kind of a perfectly timed project that is added on so you guys can work with Sheets. So let's go back into the Google Classroom. We'll take a look at things. So over here on my topics, I'm going to jump into week 4. Here is the career research project. So on the career research project, just watch the videos, follow the instructions, and it says submit a final version of your research spreadsheet. It should be a sheet that you create called Your Name ID Career Research. And it says a note, be sure to complete all 3 of the extensions. Part A is formatting your spreadsheet, and Part B is creating a chart, and Part C is creating a summary of information. So you have a playlist right here from Google Applied Digital Skills. It has lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then it has the extensions that I was just mentioning right there for formatting, creating a chart, and summarizing your research results. So this is a really cool unit or a cool lesson for you guys to research some career paths. You look into the educational requirements, the pay, and you're going to do a little bit of a comparison on those. So pretty helpful for you guys. There are 2 examples right here for what things should look like. You have your example student outcomes on the extensions down here and how it should look overall after the first part. You can see right here, this is what your sheet should look like. And you'll be creating a second sheet with the summary and with a chart. A couple other links that we have right here will help you research some careers from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So you can see different occupational groups and categories. You can see it's talking about different degrees and projections of how fast the job's growing and how it's paid. And if you cannot find some of the information needed for this project, you can always do general Google searches to find what you're looking for. And that should wrap up your career research project. Next, we're going to go down to Sheets Part 3. So with Sheets Part 3, you will continue on. If you need to start with a fresh data file, you have it right here, your fundraiser shirt sale data. And you can continue on with your notes, and you have your videos, and you have some other files that you guys will need along the way. Getting down to the bottom, when you will wrap things up after a few lessons, you can see right here, we have the expected student outcome of how it would look if you printed your entire spreadsheet. And this didn't come out great, but you can kind of get an idea of what it would look like. If this was printed, you can see there's some blank spreadsheets that got placed on here. But as you progress through Part 2 and Part 3, here is the column chart, the pie chart, the cost revenue calculations, and then the sales by team member, which will be wrapping up in the end. So that's what it would look like. We also have the expected student outcome where they show in red what you should be doing in the different stages or the different lessons within part 3. So please submit that and complete your wrap-up response just as we always have been doing for each unit. I really think that understanding how to use a spreadsheet is very, very helpful. And I think that by going through your 2 assignments, your Sheets project, parts 1 through 3, and your career research project, that you will end things up being a proficient user of spreadsheets that could later on help you in classes at school and high school, in college, and for a career. So that's it for week 4. I hope that this is helpful, and I'll be back next week and we'll continue on. So have a great day.